Mythologies is a 1957 semiological work by the French author Roland Barthes. It consists of two parts. In the first, the author takes 28 things he considers to be modern myths and briefly analyses them. Examples include the face of Garbo, plastic, ornamental cookery, and toys. The book's second part is an extended essay entitled Myth Today, in which the author attempts to explain what he means by a myth, how he thinks it works, and who it benefits. The book's real interest lies in the long essay. Barthes had just finished reading the linguistic theorist Ferdinand de Saussure. Saussure's work focused on signs, which he thought were made up of two things, acoustic images and the concepts to which they're attached. But he also thought that the signs comprised a system and don't properly refer to anything outside that system. They constitute a system of differences without positive terms, as he put it. Barthes thought that myths consist of meanings added to these signs in order to make the ruling ideas of the age, the ideology, to put it in Marxian terms, appear natural, which it isn't, instead of arbitrary and imposed, which it is. Myths are thus second-order signifiers. Myth generally is a meta-language because it's a second language in which one speaks about the first. On page 115, he presents the reader with a diagram which purports to explain how myth works. At the top, the signifier and signified come together to produce the next level down, number 3, the sign. To the right of that, 2 in Roman numerals, is the meaning that's added to the signifier to produce the bottom level, sign in capitals, which is the myth. The myth includes the previous level, the 2 boxes in capitals. In the present age, myths are created in order to perpetuate the power of the bourgeoisie, the class which is supposedly so natural that it needn't be named. The problems with this are obvious, even in Barthes' most famous attempt to illustrate it. He was sitting in a barber's one day, he tells us, when someone handed him a copy of Paris Match magazine. On the cover, he says, a young Negro in a French uniform is saluting, with his eyes uplifted, probably fixed on a fold of the tricolour. All this is the meaning of the picture. Now, at this point, some readers will say that's not a meaning, it's just a description. It's true that if I successfully describe, say, a rabbit, I may be giving the meaning of the concept rabbit, but pictures are different. In the case of the Paris Match image, there may be no antecedent description. In fact, what Barthes calls its second-order signification probably precedes it. Paris Match likely wanted to show global French patriotism, and this image was the outcome. In other words, the myth comes before the image, both conceptually and temporally. It's primordial, as continental philosophers would say. The next related problem is that visual images are open to interpretation. They may have several meanings or none at all. But Barthes' theory of myth requires that fixed bourgeoisie-friendly meanings are attached to at least some of them in the process of creation, and that those meanings remain fixed for their audiences. But even if they did, they probably wouldn't count as myths. Myths surely require a narrative element. Finally, Mythologies fails to consider the mechanics of myth production. Presumably, myths are produced by the dominant social class for that class. But if, as in Marx, they're the outcome of the social relations of production as one particular feature of ideology, then in a sense they are natural. They're the product of an expected stage in human history. If, on the other hand, they're being deliberately manufactured, then why is that necessary? Surely the social system would throw up ideological validators for the ruling class anyway. In summary, who knows?